Also, I want to give a shout out because the love just keeps pouring in on benediction, and I don't know about Yip, but I kind of feel bad for any bad thing we ever said about the server because you guys just keep sending tells, and it's humbling. I had big shout out to Nidorian, who I talked to today, who just made my day. Like we talked for, I don't know, it's about a good like full size page of just tells back and forth, and just really nice things to say. And you all make it worthwhile. So thank you so much.
I do want to interject. Bob doesn't speak for all of us. I don't take back any of the trash I talked on Benediction. Blizzard's inactivity in the server
Mhm.
problem is the only reason I'm on this server. And while it is great compared to the Stockholm syndrome mess that Whitemane was, um, I mean, being on a mega server is nice compared to what we were doing, and I do like the people that we've all met and talked to. But I'm not gonna forget the BGs, the endless BGs full of benediction AFKs,
Well, I
just
mean,
because I'm not BGing right now.
so I don't know if that was just something that happened at the start, but I've had really good luck doing BGs with like mostly benediction people. I don't know if I'm getting a partial
Hon-
pre-mades or what, but
no,
like
honestly, I think that the honor changes from doing dailies and just the fact that everything's a little bit cheaper. I think people, when that change happened, I think a bunch of people who weren't PvPing were coming in and just like AFK PvPing. Anyone who actively PvP'd already had all their gear. The only
Right.
reason I had to go out was like for some new tank gear when I switched to my druid. So I think that like most of the people who care about PvPing were just already done. And then you just end up with these games full of people who are just like, it's easier now. I'll just go hang out in the eye of the storm.
yeah.
Uh, and then, of course, Benediction being the biggest server, you get some,
Well, fun
mostly from him.
fun fact that kind of goes into that is while I had this whole conversation with Nidorian, I was guarding the blacksmith on my rogue in a mostly benediction uh, alliance BG, and we were five capping. So, I
Um,
mean, things were looking pretty good there. But yeah, so just wanted to give a quick shout out for that because I do really appreciate it, and all the kind words just kind of really humble me and makes me feel good, and we appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. Let's get
Also,
into.
let's not ignore general chat and world chat and LFG and the absolute insanity and
Oh,
Mm.
toxicity that exists on
I just have
Benediction.
it turned like it's on like a whole different screen. Like I have to click to see all that chat.
Yeah, I know. I just want to throw out that it is. I White Main had a problem where everyone was always talking about how the server's dead. Everyone is just freaking out all the time on Benediction. Like it's absolute insanity. I feel like, but
Yeah. I think like one of the biggest downside to being on a mega server is yeah, obviously how fast the chat moves, but
yeah,
like when you guys do towers, I'm guessing for
yeah.
honor. Okay. I feel like every time I do it, there's some like dude, it's like edge lord who says something like it's not technically racist, but a 3-year-old can figure out that it's racist, right? Like
hmm
I feel like that happens every day, and I'm just like, can we? I don't know. Is there a way to like stop that from happening?
I
I feel like
just
it's just
turn
like
off general and trade. Like I don't even look
no, I'm
at
talking about in
general chat.
say in
Yeah,
say.
Oh yeah, they
insane.
do
Yeah.
it and
Yeah,
say it's a pain.
yeah. It's not like directly
Yeah.
racist, but like if you think about it for a millisecond, you realize that it's racist, right? It's
Yeah.
like, oh
It's
god,
awful.
It's hard. I mean, just in games in general, unless you're explicitly saying like the most heinous things, it's kind of hard to get in trouble for what you say in games. I've been thinking lately.
yeah,
Like unless you're actually saying something like an actual slur, you can pretty much say anything you want in a video game these days, and you
yeah,
Well,
don't
right.
really get
Because
punished.
you're not trying to be a figure, right? Like the only reason
Yeah,
the internet and like social media is somewhat like monitored is because it's attached to you as a person usually,
yeah.
right? And the game isn't. Like people can say whatever they want.
Yeah, I try
The
to just overlook it and ignore it, and
Yeah,
not
from
No,
bring
me
attention
too.
to
It's
it, you know?
just I don't know. It just
it's just
gets you
weird.
after a while.
It
From my
does.
experience, the only actions that happen, like getting muted or something in this game, will only happen from mass reporting and not from like you can't say something heinous to a couple of people and then have any action taken. But like for instance, we had someone say the R word from our guild in a general chat,
Oh,
and I
no.
believe I you don't remember this? Casimo got
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I thought you meant a different word. Yeah,
no. Yeah. And I like yeah, obviously that word is like people don't say it anymore, but I've seen it so many times and no one's ever been muted from it before, but I believe he was mass reported in a general chat and muted for it. So it's like I feel like it's all just the amount of reports somebody receives and not
probably.
the
Well,
actual crime.
I do
You're gonna have to tell me
self
later what the R word is, because
it's
I
the
don't
one you
know what the
hate
R
in
word
your
is.
profession. It's the one you
Yeah, yeah.
specifically hate in your profession.
Oh, yeah.
I'll put it in chat. Just in case.
But,
No,
No,
you know
yeah,
what
I
it is.
know.
Never mind. You know what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. Listen, it's just. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't say it. But I do. I do think that like you can say it to one person, and I don't think Blizzard would ever do anything. It's only if you said it in general
Yeah.
and you get like 30 reports that anything ends up happening. And I feel like it's auto mod and not. Uh, I just don't feel like anyone's looking at.
I will
No,
say,
no one
though,
is. Yeah.
like, since getting to benediction, and also I started doing it in BGs with, like, just the whiny babies that try and tell you how to play instead of actually playing the BG. Like,
Yeah. That spend the whole
my
time typing instead of killing people.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, my
Yeah.
my mute list has gotten, like, 5 times larger since going to benediction. Like, when I see someone say that stuff and say, because I don't look at general, but when I see that pop up and say, I'm just like, "Oh, and you get a mute, and you get a mute," and it just, like, starts making your life a lot easier. Like, it's crazy because the BGs, it must always be the same people, and I don't remember their names because now that I have dozens muted, it's not happening in BGs. So I'm just like, wow, these guys
Yeah.
are the vocal
Yeah.
minority, and most people aren't assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
believe
I
it or
mean,
not.
I don't know the last time I talked in general chat, so I can see how that it's like just some real weirdos. But I got torn apart. I know it's still kind of a tangent. I got torn apart on Reddit the other day. I didn't even bring this up last time I was on the podcast because it was crazy.
Why are you going on
Someone
Reddit?
somebody just well, I it was a new thread of 10 minutes. Someone said, "Hi, I'm White Main Alliance. Should I go to Benediction or Grobulus?" And because the
Oh.
server's dead. And I was like, wow, we just had this happen. I'm scrolling through Reddit like at work or something. I'm like, I should answer this guy. And I gave my honest opinion. And everyone on I know that they're on Grobulus. People were calling me like some heinous stuff because I was saying that Grobulus is gonna end up like White Mane. And they're like, no, it's not, you idiot. You don't know anything you're talking about.
They
F
get
you.
so
I
mad.
was like, well, you know what's funny is I remember this happening on White Mane too. When White Mane first started tipping to Horde, you get these like overly defensive people who are like, no. The reason that Horde are taking over is just because of this X or Y reason, and there's not going to be a population shift. And it's like, I'm not trying to trash. I would love Grobulus to survive. Go to Grobulus. The only
Well,
reason we went to Benediction is because the transfers
dude,
aren't free.
they will, like, literally people will show up, first time chatters in my stream, like, and be like, Bob, why did you let Yip take you guys to benediction? And I'm like, well, first off, I didn't have a choice. Like, it was guild leadership that has a choice. He's part of guild leadership. But second of all, like, they're just trying to get me, like, riled up to say, yeah, we should have went. But, like, just because that's what I wanted doesn't mean it was the smartest idea. Like, I do think benediction was still the smartest idea.
I mean, yeah. What are you going to ask? What are you going to ask all your guild to spend a whole bunch of money? Like, come on.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, that's the
yeah.
biggest thing is, and
That's
I
why we
mean,
did it.
listen, we probably, I mean, I don't know what's going on out there, but we probably had one of the best transfers any guild ever has. Not only did every
Everyone.
single person come, like
Yes,
we
yeah.
we run like 28 or 29 people, all those people came. Somebody who we just like, somebody invited someone to the guild at some point who doesn't even like raid with us. They came with us. They were like, "Hi guys, I'm this
Yeah.
guy from White Mane," and I was
We had
like,
some socials
"What?
come with us, yeah.
That's
You
awesome. Yeah.
you came to
Who
this
are
is
you?
crazy." And it's
Yeah,
like
we didn't lose any
you can't-
raiders either, thank God.